Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. So I hope you guys had a great Christmas. This video is going to be a little bit different than my normal loot series. As you guys know, I do have an Iron Man account, and on the side, I am trying to max it out. So I do have a side series called Iron No Sleep Road to Max, and essentially in this series, all I do is pretty much anything that will get me closer to a max cape, and usually I average about one video per month on this series. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. A lot of time was invested into this one, and if you guys enjoy the video, make sure to let me know in the comment section below if you want to see more Iron Man related videos. I've been playing on my Iron Man account much more lately, so I have been thinking about doing more Iron Man videos rather than main videos. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below, and with that being said, let's get into the video. So in the past month on my Iron Man account, most of my time has been consumed with just a few skills, and those skills being crafting, herblore, farming, and slayer. And why I wanted to focus on those skills was because I really wanted to start raiding on this account. So in preparation for the raids, I wanted to upgrade my weapon, which from a dragon skimmy I wanted to go for a whip. So the main goal for this video was to get my slayer level to 85 and then go camp for a whip and pretty much stay at Abbey Demons until I would get one. And through the course of training slayer throughout this video, I was also taking breaks, working on herblore whenever I would do enough farm runs to stock up on some herbs, and I would also collect a lot of secondaries such as red spider eggs and Mortmire fungus, things like that. Really does take a lot of time, but at the end of the day, that's just what you have to do for herblore levels. Also managed to get a few blue dragon tasks, so whenever I get blue dragon tasks, I like to get the scales, which does help for herblore, and also the hides, which helps for crafting. Managed to pick up a level 3 clue at blue dragons as well, which resulted in all of these new items to the bank. We got Zamorak D'hide boots, a Guthix coif, and one of the 2 last Armadillo pages that I needed to fill my book. I think I just needed pages 3 and 4, and this clue scroll did provide me with number 4. So it's nice to be almost finished with the best in slot range book, and I do believe I have the best in slot mage book, which is the ancient book, already filled as well. Most of my clue scrolls do come from either birdhouse runs or slayer. Gotta be honest, slayer is probably the #1 way to get clue scrolls on an Iron Man account, unless you're doing like level 2s and you're camping eclectic implings. But yeah, as you can see, we did pick up 84 in this clip, 1 level left until 85. I was really pumped up at this point. Every slayer level takes like over 10 to 15 hours for this account, and the reason each level takes so long is mainly because I just don't ever use a cannon, and for the most part I just get pretty bad RNG with most tasks. The only task that I ever use prayer on is aberrant specters, and for the most part, other than that, I'm just sticking with my dragon skimmy and using supersets. So yeah, usually it's very slow for me to train slayer. That's kind of why I just always base it off of AFKing, and that's kind of why I just always bring a lot of food with me so that I can just AFK whatever slayer task that I may have. Some tasks I do bring my full set of Guthins. As a matter of fact, on this account I do have all of the Barrows items minus the DH helmet, and I believe I'm around 780 Barrows KC. So I will be returning to get that helmet one of these days, but not too sure when I'll be doing that. 300 slayer points later, here we are finally unlocking the ability to create slayer rings. It's funny, this clip is 2 weeks old and I still haven't made any slayer rings, and I've actually done a lot of slayer since this one clip, so it's kind of weird. I guess I completely forgot about this. I think the only other requirement for slayer rings is to get 75 crafting, and we did pick that up at the very beginning of the video, so maybe in the next video you guys will see me make 100 slayer rings or something like that. Here we did pick up 79 farming. I gotta say, farming and herblore are 2 of the most dreadful skills to train on an Iron Man account. They are just so time consuming, and speaking of time consuming, in this next clip here, something that I was curious about was infernal eel fishing. Now, although I am 97 fishing and I don't plan on getting it to 98 because I want to get a lot of my skills to 99 at the same time, I did have about 1 million fishing XP to spare, so my idea was I wanted to get about 1 million fishing XP from infernal eels at the Tazar area, see all the loot that I got, and see if it was worth doing in the future for whenever I go back to get post 99 fishing whenever I'm AFKing or anything like that. Now, I gotta be honest, these infernal eels were not a letdown at all. Not only did I fish over 100,000 tackle and just about 800,000 fishing XP, which pretty much resulted in not only 1,000 sapphires, but also 750 emeralds, so that was just a lot of crafting XP. I figured it was worth it to use all that tackle for, gems, because I really didn't have anything else that I needed to buy with it. And I also managed to pick up 400 onyx bolt tips as well as 3,000 lava scale shards. So infernal eels, if you're ever looking to AFK fishing on an Iron Man and you are pretty high level as well as have a fire cape, then I definitely recommend you to check them out. I would say the only downside is the XP. Of course, it's very slow since it's just AFK fishing. And speaking of slow skills, here's a few rune crafting levels. I really don't focus too much on rune crafting. I think I just kind of do it whenever I need cosmic runes. Cosmic runes do come in handy on an Iron Man account for a few different reasons. They help enchant my Addy bolts to Ruby bolts E for raids. And if you're weird like me and you have the desire to make 1400 sapphire rings and 1000 emerald rings, then you do need a lot of cosmic runes to enchant all of those. The goal there was to make a lot of rings of recoil for whenever I start killing Zulrah in the future, and also to make a lot of rings of dueling so I don't have to worry about ever running out anytime soon. Here we are hitting 76 Herblore, one level away from stamina potions. You know, at this point I was getting pretty desperate for XP, so whenever I really run out of all of my Herblore supplies, what I like to do is I like to buy chocolate dust at the Grand Tree, and then with all the loose Heartlanders in my bank, I just make normal energy potions, and it may not be that much XP, but it can get you to a level if you're pretty close to it, so that was nice to get. Also kind of preparing for more rune crafting at the Abyss in the future, getting some dragon stones whenever I get crystal keys available, combining a tooth and a loop key. That's pretty much how I go about stocking up on glories for the future. Also picked up a thieving level at Pyramid Plunder. I think next video I'm going to be going for 80 thieving. That should help a lot with raids. There's one room that you need 80 thieving for, and unfortunately I never get the points in that room since I'm not that level yet. Though we'll be slowly working on that, most likely just doing Pyramid Plunder the whole time so I can try to get a scepter. I don't know if I'll be that lucky, but that is the goal for next video. And here we have 79 farming turning into 80, yet again another 80 skill. It's nice to see that, you know, we reached a 90 skill this video and also another 80, so hopefully in the next video we reach thieving and crafting. That'd be cool to add on with the 80 skills. So besides all the slayer and all the skilling that we were doing in this video, I was also getting done with quite a few clue scrolls. As you can see in this clip, I wasn't too sure what that guy was doing. He had full graceful and 56 wilderness. Absolute madman. I mean, I would probably do that on my main account, but definitely not on my Iron Man account. We really didn't get anything too special from these clue scrolls though. I mean, I really just do them so I can stock up on all the teleports for my master book, and also I was always trying to go for a Robin Hood hat on this account too, so maybe I'll be lucky and get that one of these days, but for now I'm just stocking up all the alchables and the purple sweets. And after picking up many inventories of red spider eggs, here we finally are with 77 Herblore, the ability to make stamina potions for the first time on this account. This one specific level is definitely a game changer for this account. All those super energy potions are now going to be converted into stamina potions, and the best part about it was I pretty much prepared for this level to the best of my ability. Not only did we have 2 sets of full graceful, but we also have 1200 marks of grace to use on crystals and 1200 super energy potions to make into stamina potions with said crystals. Didn't waste any time with that. I wanted to buy as many as I could, pretty much use all of my marks of grace and just make as many stamina potions as I could. I didn't actually record getting all of those super energy 4s converted into stamina potions, but I did actually pick up another Herblore level from that. I did get 77 to 78. Now I did mention at the beginning of the video that 77 and 78 Herblore were essential for raids, 77 for the staminas and 78 for the Ceradome and Bruise inside of the chambers of Xerix. I think it's actually 81 for Ceradome and Bruise outside of the chambers, but yeah, it's just 78 for the chambers themselves. So after making all those super energies into staminas, I pretty much just had 30k XP left, so I figured I'd finish off the super restores and get that Herblore level so we could finally, after long last, start raiding for the first ever time. Despite not having a whip at this point and still being 84 attack, because yes, I trained my Slayer very inefficiently, I was motivated, and with a Dragon Scimitar, normal Void, and an Iban staff, I wanted to do raids, and that is exactly what I did. So the first raids went pretty well despite using a Tome of Fire and Adamant Bolts, and most of my friends here were on normal Tridents, and one of them was even in a clown suit. So yeah, we weren't really taking this too seriously, but we were having a lot of fun on Discord and things like that, so I really do appreciate these guys helping me out. I can honestly say after this week of raids that raids is probably my favorite thing to do on the game now on this Iron Man account, just because of the challenge that it is. I mean, you know, using such shitty gear makes it actually interesting because it's not so easy like it is on a main account. In this video, I did manage to complete, I believe, 14 raids total, and I did record all of the drops that I got, and the only drops that I did see was an Arcane Prayer Scroll, but I guess I had my game turned on to filter, and the drop did not show up in the chat box for some reason. It was not my drop, obviously, but somebody in the raid did get it, so I have seen an item, but out of those 14 raids, though, I did receive the Prayer Scroll Preserve, so now that I have unlocked Preserve, I guess that'll help out whenever I do Slayer and things like that. So that was nice to get early on, and I also got a good amount of herbs, which is really cool. You know, I really like the supplies and resources that you get from raids. I'm not too sure what KC I'm gonna get my first item on. I mean, a lot of my friends that are Iron Men have a lot of different items, and they're like below 100 KC, so it's very motivating, and I do see myself doing raids probably on a daily, if not nightly basis, probably 7 days a week at this point. By the time you guys see next video, I guarantee you I will have probably anywhere from 1 to 3 items. That's just depending on how much I upload in this series. But yeah, so you will see some upgrades over time with that. But yeah, overall, just a big shout out to the guys that do raid with me. Some of them bring T-bows and scythes, so it does go very fast if the right people are there. And I really do appreciate the help, because raids are awesome to do on an Iron Man, especially early on. So after all those raids and having a lot of fun, I did decide to upgrade a few things. The first one being my Slayer level from 84 to 85 to finally unlock that whip. You know, the Dragon Scimitar is OG and I absolutely love the thing, but it has been years and it was time to upgrade. So there it is, 85 Slayer, finally done and gone with the Dragon Scimitar and the Leaf Bladed Battle Axe. Can't forget that thing. I was debating on finishing the Slayer task, but I decided that at that very moment I was just gonna go get a whip as soon as I could, so that's what I did. I just rushed to the bank and I went to Canifis. I was going to use the catacombs, but I wasn't really in the mood to keep hopping to find an empty world. I guess I just wanted some privacy in case I get that whip drop early on or something, so I was in the Canifis Slayer Tower and there was absolutely nobody there. As a matter of fact, it was Christmas morning around 9 o'clock. I just woke up, and 178 kills later, Merry Christmas to Mr. No Sleep. We did get the whip. First time on an Iron Man account that we did get a whip, and you know, pretty much since Iron Man became a thing. I know this isn't a huge deal for a lot of Iron Man accounts, but for me personally, it took a very long time to get. Well, now that we have 85 Slayer and the whip completed, I really need to get to the next goal, which is the Trident. So unfortunately, you can't boost for that. You need to get the Slayer level for Kraken, which I think is either 87 or 88. And once we unlock Kraken and we get that Trident of the Seas, then we will be really set as it pertains to raids and for Zulrah as well. So we can go for that blowpipe, of course, once we get the Trident. So I am looking forward to that grind. And one of the last things that I did accomplish in this video was, now that I got that whip, I decided that it was worthwhile to go to Nightmare Zone and finally imbue that Archer ring after over 1 year of it sitting in the bank unimbued alongside that Berserker ring. We did manage to imbue it for that extra bonus. And other than that, we did go from 89 to 90 attack during this video while we were doing Slayer, as well as 94 to 95 strength. In my next video, you'll probably see me just use a whip and get 89 to 95 defense and probably 90 to 95 attack. So we definitely have our goals set for next video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. With all that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments or advice, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. I really do appreciate you guys giving me your time today, and I will see you in the next one.